Shall we head over to Ghana now, where some Ghanaians staged a protest in Accra. The country's capital over the weekend demanded the immediate expulsion of Nigerians from Ghana using the slogan, "Nigerians must go." The demonstrators blamed Nigerians for rising insecurity and criminal activities in the country, expressing fears that continued Nigerian presence threatens public safety and quality of life. Let's take a look.
We want Nigerians to go back to their country. Ghana is for us. Ghana is not for any foreigner. No Igbo man can come to this country and intimidate us. This country belongs to us. President Mahama, you came for Ghanaians. You said Ghana first. You said you came for the youth. Please take action now. Thank you.
Your country. We live in small Ghana. We don't need you. Nigerian people, you are wicked. Go, go, go. We don't need you. Nigeria must go, go.
We are begging you guys. There's a lot going on in Ghana. We've kept quiet for so long, and it is time we have a review.
This was quite strange to watch Vimbai. The protesters also questioned, heavy Nigerian presence in Ghana despite ECOWAS agreements and called for urgent action to restore safety. The protest followed earlier calls for a Nigeria must go demonstration in Ghana planned for July 19th. However, the protest had been cancelled due to a lack of police support. There was also controversy surrounding the installation of Eze Chukwudi Ihenetu as the Eze Ndi Igbo Ghana, meaning the king of Igbo people in Ghana, which sparked intense public debate across Ghana. The controversy intensified when images and videos of Eze Ihenetu's lavish palace in Accra, adorned with regal emblems, circulated online. This development raised questions about sovereignty, cultural identity, and boundaries of foreign community leadership within the country. In response to the uproar, the Southeast Council of Traditional Rulers reportedly moved to abolish the use of Eze Ndi Igbo title by Igbo leaders residing outside Igbo land. In a communique, the council introduced Onyendu Ndi Igbo, meaning leader of Igbos, as the new official title for Igbo leaders in foreign lands or outside Nigeria. Vimbai, a quick comment on this.
Okay, I'll do my best. When I saw this, it obviously reminded me of what happens incessantly in South Africa. Mm-hmm. Initially, we called it xenophobia, which is a traditional term that we have for when people are, when people segregate against another, not necessarily race, but people from a different place. It later evolved to Afrophobia, which is when Africans have segregational behavior towards other Africans, and that's what we see happening here in Ghana. The Afrophobia is around illegal activities that they feel are perpetuated by Nigerians in their communities, which is exactly the same case that happened in South Africa. South Africans would say that the Nigerians in South Africa are illegal, they're responsible for drug trafficking, they're responsible for human trafficking, prostitution, you name it. But you know what the irony of this is that when you look at South Africa now, over the past 2 weeks, the headlines have been awash with the fact that the Minister of Police has been relieved of his duties. They've basically discovered a huge drug cartel within the police force, senior rank of the police force, and within the Ministry of Police as well. What does this show you? It goes to show you that, yes, there's illegal activity. Yes, there are some bad eggs. However, to attribute all of the illegal activity to one nationality in a country is wrong. Mm-hmm. And now you see this happening next door in Ghana, and the difference between Ghanaians and Nigerians is very minimal. They're closer in likeness than you would say Nigeria and South Africa, for example. And of course, Nigerians must go is an echo of that chant from 1983 under President Shagari. However, that was different because it was a mass deportation of illegal immigrants. This one is I'm calling it Afrophobia because these are people that they have neither identified as illegal or convicted as criminals, who they are saying that it must be Nigerians. If there's ill in our society, it must be Nigerians, which is very wrong. I think it's very important for us to condemn Afrophobia in its deepest sense, because as Africans, if we cannot create room for each other under these imaginary borders that the white man came and created for us, then where are we going? Because truly, these are imaginary borders. They came on a ship.
Nigeria must go. Where? To where are we going? We're not going anywhere. We're going to be there with you in your country in Ghana. Nigerians have been settling in Ghana way back the 20s and the 30s. In fact, one of the biggest markets in Ghana is named Mokola, after a lot of Nigerians that went out there. All of this started as a political gimmick in the 60s when Kofi Bosia had this Ordinance Act to remove illegal migrants. A lot of Nigerians were removed. In 83, Nigerians still had a lot of problems with the economy. We blamed illegal migrants. So we pushed Ghanaians out. But does this settle the matter? No. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, what lies before us and what lies behind us are tiny matters compared to what lies within us. A lot lies within us, Nigerians and Ghana. Where are we going to push ourselves? Famous Ghanaian journalist Komla Dumo lived and grew up in Nigeria at some point. The current Nigerian president, Ghanaian president, lives around Kwara State in Nigeria.
All right.
The same too can be said for many Nigerians out there in Ghana. What we should do is, how can we collectively fight the perpetrators of evil and the vice and solve it? And this matter that they're escalating, in fact, the AZ has come out and said that he means nothing of such. What they just did was they went to whip up statement from an old interview of something that never existed. Right. And he has clarified that. So we cannot allow this. Nigerians are not going anywhere. We must come together and make our country work. Nigeria is also adding to the economy of Ghana, just like some Ghanaians are adding to the economy of Nigeria.
All right.
Our common enemy is the West that have destroyed all of us, that have drawn artificial borders. We're not going anywhere.
All right, we have to take our
history has a way of repeating itself, first as a tragedy, subsequently as a farce. But in this particular case, we can just play safe and say history just has a way of repeating itself. In 1954, the Ghanaians expelled Nigerians from Ghana. They did so again in 1959. In 1959, Togo expelled people from Cote d'Ivoire and Dahomey from Togo. That culture of intolerance among people we know as West Africans. In 1975, ECOWAS was established, was founded. Now, part of the idea of ECOWAS is to allow the free movement of goods and services. But this has not really happened in the real sense of it, because that ideal has not really percolated to the people. In 1983, under Shehu Shagari, president at the time, there were people who were called illegal aliens. And Ghanaians were asked to leave Nigeria. Many Nigerians, Ghanaians have come here to benefit from the oil boom in Nigeria. At the time they had economic crisis in Ghana. So that was the origin of the word Ghana must go.
Yes.
Now they are saying Nigeria must go. So there's still a lot to be done in terms of integration and togetherness, and to realize the dreams of the founding father of ECOWAS.
Well said, Dr. Abba.
The government has shut down a facility operating as a hospital in Umuya, Oyi local government area after uncovering it was being allegedly used as a baby factory. The Modern Child Hospital and Maternity located at School Road near Tansian University was sealed on Saturday following a raid that began on Friday. Officials from the State Ministry of Health, in collaboration with security agencies, have arrested 15 persons, including 5 pregnant women and key staff members. Many teenage girls were also rescued from the facility. The State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Afam Obidike, said the facility was operating with a falsified license and was owned by a self-proclaimed medical doctor from Delta State. Dr. Obidike alleged that the syndicate was involved in trafficking and exploiting girls aged 15, 19 and 21. The commissioner confirmed that a full investigation had begun and suspect would face charges including human trafficking, unlawful detention and child exploitation. In a related development, a devastating flood has swept through part of Yola South in Adamawa State, leaving behind a trail of destruction, submerging homes, property destroyed and loss of lives. The affected communities include Yode Pate, Sabonpegi and Chagari in Yola South local government areas. Rescue officials were on hand to assist affected residents to safety. Our reporter Jesse Dana tells us more.
It's an early morning downpour in the city of Yola. What began as a typical rainy morning turned into devastation for residents of Yolde Party, Sabonpegi and Shagari communities in Yola South local government area of Adamawa State. The heavy rains lasted several hours, overwhelming drainage systems, submerging houses and displacing residents.
Since we have been mopping inside the room, even in my parlor, in my bedroom, the water is up to this level. So since around 2-3 a.m. this morning, we have been struggling for that. So we are still packing the waters inside the house out now.
This place has just been worked upon. It's not even long. The government, the state governor, Governor Fintri, did something here. There's this Chinese company up there in the hills that did one particular small dam like this now to do their own work. The embankment they did now is not as strong as could contain the water that is supposed to be seen. So at the end of the day, this is the result of it now.
Emergency response teams were deployed early, navigating the flooded terrains, pulling victims to safety and offering temporary shelter for the most vulnerable.
that is open equipment, we now take them to where they come from.
Yeah, we have casualties. And initially, when we went to the hospital with the deputy governor, we are made to understand that about 42 are receiving treatment at the Federal Medical Center, and that 2 are confirmed dead.
In response to the disaster, the Deputy Governor of Adamawa, Professor Kalitapo George Ferrota, paid a visit to the affected areas for an on-the-spot assessment where she assured the residents of government intervention.
People who built on the waterways, especially where this particular flood took place, there was a warning given to them. The Commissioner of Environment is here. We came together to ensure that people were evacuated, but some of them went behind to still stay in those houses. But the government will not relent in its effort to ensure that citizens are safe. It is our duty to ensure the safety and security of our citizens, so we'll still go back and do what government should do, which is why we're here today.
As residents like Ugochukwu and Kubi Anthony count their losses, government at all levels are promising to intensify effort to prevent future occurrence. JC Daniel, TVC News, Yola.
The Nigerian Association of Resident Doctors is urging state government to prioritize the welfare of medical professionals and invest in the improvement of public hospitals. In the communique issued at the end of the week-long National Executive Council meeting in Calabar, the national president of the association also called on political leaders to lead by example by patronizing local healthcare facilities. He said this will not only restore public confidence but also help revive Nigeria's underfunded health sector. Earlier, the NARD delegation paid a courtesy visit to the governor of Cross River State, Basiotu, to explore possible areas of collaboration for improved healthcare delivery and better support for frontline medical workers.
The deplorable state of our health facility, the concerns about this dilapidation, inadequate funding for state-of-the-art facility, healthcare facility this time around, is concerning for us. It is also concerning that the welfare of doctors in Nigeria is not prioritized. The federal government of Nigeria should look into it.
The possible state medical doctors, particularly those ones in government and the ones that are because they tried, in fact, we are encouraged so much that some of the things we do is because we see the zeal and the commitment.
Do you have statistics to back these your bill in terms of what are the indices that have pushed you to be able to come up with this law? How many public servants, how many politicians use the private institution or go abroad? Do you have statistics to back your bill?
You don't need to go too far. You are aware, few days, weeks ago or days, our former president was flying as cargo. Is it not a shame that at each point in time, our big men travel outside for medical services? Is it not a shame? Are we not ashamed of it? It's high time we need to fix the system. And if you get education right, get health right, that means there is future for all of us. If we don't find a way to make sure that we return that public trust and make sure that we that loss of focus on these institutions, if we don't bring it back, we are not going anywhere.
Kemi Badenoch.
Our sister.
Yes, our sister. Well, she said another one. She said another one recently, and of course it's been disputed because, the idea that as a woman, if you had children, you're a Nigerian woman.
But that is not true.
It's not true, yes.
So that is the problem I have. Don't divulge false information.
Why would she give out false information?
I don't want to talk too much about it. You go on national, international media and spewing a lie. That is a lie. No, but that is not even true. And I'm sure people have responded. So my problem with that is that it is not true. So why tell us something that is not true? That's the issue I have with that.
Have you spoken with her? Is she, because it's a veritable team you've got going here. You in NITCOM, Bianca Ojukwu as Minister of State for Foreign Affairs, Yusuf Tuga, he's also a very brilliant man. Are there conversations going? Has anyone reached out to her to find out what the actual issue is?
The number of Nigerians we have in the UK, in the political space, that are doing very well, we don't have to focus on one person. But when you denigrate your country, we'll reply you. It's not about me or the president or you. It's about Nigeria. You can't lie about your country and then we keep quiet. So there are many. Look at you mentioned some of them that are doing very well in the political space. So ours is we continue to work with every Nigerian in the diaspora. But you can't force anybody.
So in this video, a lot of things, especially worrisome things, actually motivate the making of this video. Ranging from the aspect of the flooding in some parts of the country, the aspect of human trafficking, the aspect of high rate of unemployment, the aspect of the increasing brain drain in the country, and the aspect of most persons finding themselves a victim of discrimination by the Western country or other nearby African country. And some of the videos trending, especially as it relates with UK, where Kemi Badenoch is misrepresenting or passing a misinformation about the country, and with a high rate of migration out of the country. I would want to share 2 life experiences in the course of my practice that are really a touching one. And if we had a working system, I believe that incidences like this would have addressed such situation. First off, it has to do with a guy, Joshua, some years back, 2022, yes, 2022, I came in contact with him. This was a guy who just wanted to get his educational background or to foster his education outside Nigeria, and he traveled as far as Germany. And while there, according to him and the family, the educational system there favors more of the indigent and somehow works against non-indigent, especially Nigerian. The cost of living there was quite expensive, quite pricey, and which also is found in most of the Western country, the issue with discrimination. So he happened to be a victim of this issue, where you can easily be framed up. He was actually doing well academical wise until a certain point where his CGPA was so high than other indigent, and they had to frame him up, and that landed him in prison. Now, whilst in prison, they had already confiscated his phone and every other things that would make his people get access to him. He was in prison for not less than, I think, was it 5 years in prison. He passed through trauma that they were so unbearable that at the end of the day, to shorten the story, when he was later located and brought back, he was not even feeling comfortable to talk to anyone. He was depressed, he was psychotic, he couldn't even recognize his people. So this shows us some of the issues that Nigerians pass through outside Nigeria. And the second one have to do with a lady, Ajoke. I came across that one the past, I think 1 week or 2. I think the past 2 weeks. This lady, just like every other person out there who had been a victim of such or similar situation, to trace the history a bit, or to buttress on the history a bit, she came from a family where the mother was struggling and the father was struggling to make ends meet. At some point, she was staying more with the father, and the mother travels out of town, like the nearby city, to do her business, and then maybe weekend she will return to take care of the children, while the children are fully with the father. Somehow, to fast forward, in 2005, the father died. And then, in 2011, thereabout, the girl met a friend in church. They were actually Muslims earlier on, but somehow she converted to Christian after the father had died. The both family, both sides were Muslim, but she converted to Christian as well as the mother and other siblings. Along the way, when she met the friend in church, the friend said, I had an opportunity for you. You will come with me to India, and then this is your business you are doing, because she sells sachet drinks and this alcohol, the sachet ones, and then she sells other things. She's actually from the Yoruba tribe, so she sells other things. We call them agbo, and then kanda, I don't know which other name we call it. Some people call it pomo, which is the cow skin. She sells those things. So the lady was like, you can sell all those things in India and make more money instead of Nigeria.
So she took her over to India. Before we get there, the mother, when she heard this information, she tried to dissuade her. I was like, do you really trust this your friend? We have heard news and so on. I feel you should take time to checkmate, to really find legit information about this girl before you move. Somehow, she was a family friend, although she is not always in the country because she's at India. But the girl, because it was an opportunity, she didn't even want to take a second thought. So the girl worked her visa, cleared her paper, everything, including her transportation, and they all left for India. Whilst at India, the girl was like, okay, we are here now. How do I go about my business? Only for her to wake up to a new reality. What's the reality? It had to do with sex trafficking. So the girl was like, this was not our plan. What we planned was actually different from this. Why are you bringing up this? You didn't tell me all this. And she was like, I have spent, you know how much I've spent on you already. So I need to recoup back my money. And before you know, since she was already entrapped, because she was already in the camp where she had these people around, the girl could not escape. She know how did she even start in a strange land you have never been? So she was forced to be used for all those Indian men as well as other persons, other clients there. And then she will say she will be forced to even go to club to do stripper walks and things like that. And then at some point, it became so serious that different number of people will have to sleep with her and things like that just to make money. And then the money she's even making, she's not even getting anything out of it. More or less peanut that will not even take care of her feeding in a day. That was what she was getting. All the returns, she made like almost 90 to 95% return to this lady. And that was how it kept on going. So this trend had happened since 2011 to 2025. And in 2025, something happened along the way that led to her repatriated down to Nigeria. When the trauma became so much on her, in fact, the mother here in Nigeria was the one sending money for feeding for her in India, which would have been the reverse. At least your daughter was working there. So your daughter should be the one sending money here, as we do normally, for you to take care of your life or every other daily need. Rather, she was the one raising money in Nigeria to send for her daughter in India. And then she was wondering, why should it be that way? But how do all these questions in her heart get answers when the girl is always telling her that everything is okay? Because she have not even spoken with her daughter right from the day she left Nigeria. It's this other girl that she's always speaking with. That is how it has been for the past years, since the day she left. So it became so serious that the mother started suspecting. And then at some point, she cut all ties in terms of call from her, which was 2 years before 2025. And the girl, at some point, could not keep up with this expectation because she wasn't even the loose type. She wasn't even a social type to start with. She was this kind of reserved kind of person. And then she was forced into substance, forced into every other thing you could imagine. So it led her to become psychotic. And when they noticed she was no longer useful to them, they had to push her one side. And she was roaming around the street. To have the story, a good Samaritan saw her on the street, helped her, and then repatriated her down to Nigeria. She came back in this psychotic phase. She could not recognize the mother. She could not recognize anyone. Talking off context, do not trust anyone. Extremely paranoid. Why do I have to tell us these two encounters amongst several? Is that you that is planning to move out of the country today, please make proper findings. Make proper findings, ranging from the type of visa, the type of employment, a lot of things, including how this person that you want to help you out will be traced in case your people cannot get in touch with him or her, in case he goes incommunicado. Make your findings to know how this person can be traced, just in case things get sore, so that you will not be a victim of circumstance. Most of the persons you think they are doing well outside Nigeria that have traveled out, if they tell you what they are going through, you will not want to even make that attempt. You'll not even think about moving out of this country. So, most persons you think are doing well outside Nigeria are in bondage. They're actually enslaved. So please make your findings very well. We're not saying you should not move, because we know no matter how you keep drumming this, it will not change some people's mind, especially with the way the Nigerian system is becoming. However, the plan should be on drumming it in the ears of our politicians to make our country good. That's why when people like Kemi Badenoch is doing all she's doing, somehow it gives joy for our leaders, because if they can ban them from traveling out of this country, they will concentrate and know that this is our own Jerusalem, and they will see how to work it better to build a country that people all outside Nigeria, they will want to come in as tourist site. Normally, traveling out of your country should be things that have to do with either exploration or tourism, or as it has to do with just visit, rather than going for employment, to go and serve under slavery, rather than going to build your family. No one would have wanted to do those things if the system was good. So the focus should be to drum it on our political class, to give us a working system. And to our politicians, citizens will not want to pass through all these massive risks. A lot of people get drowned in the Atlantic Ocean, in different, even at Libya, in the desert. So many persons get killed. So many persons suffer different things. So, if the system was working, none of us will want to live. We will not suffer brain drain. Give us a working country. Give us a country where we can be proud of to be citizens. Not a country that is corrupt. Not a country that is suffering security issues. Not a country that is suffering unemployment. Not a country that we can't even access our healthcare service. Even the ones that are substandard. Not a country where our leaders are selfish and working for what they can gain rather than what they can give. So I don't know what would be your own contribution on this topic. If you are new on this channel, please help me to click the subscribe button and also drop your opinion. Look forward to that moment where this particular channel becomes your most favorite click. But for the moment, stay safe and enjoy the rest of the clips on this video. Thank you. Cheers.
Alright, so as you all know, they get serious problem where they go on. Charlie Boy and Olamide. Serious issue. What happened? A popular bus stop in Lagos State called Charlie Boy Bus Stop. The Lagos State government woke up one morning and decided to rename the bus stop from Charlie Boy Bus Stop to Olamide Bus Stop. They didn't stop there. They come do big party to announce it. Now, Charlie Boy para. And a lot of social media users, they para. You understand? Now, I am disappointed in everybody where para. Especially those Twitter users where they always say they're smart. Because sometimes when some people, they trend, entertainers, they trend, they go say this one is used by APC to distract us. This one is used by politicians to distract us. But when the real distraction come, you will not see it. Are you people dumb? Can't you see what's going on? The people that came to rename that bus stop from Charlie Boy Bus Stop to Olamide, do you think they care about Charlie Boy and Olamide? What do you think they are doing? This is tribalism. This is politics. They are obviously trying to instigate the Igbos against the Yorubas and the Yorubas against the Igbos by bringing somebody that is as popular as Charlie Boy to do a comparison and a competition. So that will say, we say Olamide don't do it, people say Charlie Boy don't do it. It is tribalism. Just to hit the heads of the Igbos and the Yorubas together. How come a lot of you cannot see that? For crying out loud, that bus stop will be Charlie Boy Bus Stop till this world will end. Just like it will always be NEPA for electricity. It will always be NEPA. If you like changing that from PAC and EADC, anything, it will be NEPA. Just like every detergent is Omo. Just like every toothpaste is Maclean. Give me Maclean, which one? Orabi. Just like every cube, every seasoning cube will be Maggi. Give me Maggi, which one? Royco. But Maggi na star. Do you understand? They know these things. But they know when they do it like this, election on the come, politics, okay. A very good strategy is tribalism, because that's what our politicians use. They have only two motto to win. Turn the people against each other by doing tribalism, then using religion. And the main thing it does. Religion, tribalism, and money. That's what they use to win. So once they see that, okay, a particular tribe is beginning to align with somebody they are not supposed to align to, they bring up something. It is simple. Now, I don't see, when I see one video where one guy got to say they will change one name, one Yoruba name ready for one Eastern state, so they'll change that to Igbo name, I just laugh. I say, oh, what do these people want to do? Don't they work? It is just simple. The Yorubas now will say, yes, finally, we are Igbos. It's time for you to leave Lagos. Because guess what? Anytime election don't they come, that is the time they start instigating the Yorubas against the Igbos, especially in Lagos. So that you Yorubas will now start saying, Igbos, this is not your state, leave here. The Igbos go say, we don't invest for here. This one, they'll cost, it is a normal thing. It is a structure. They did it in the last presidential election. They started it again. Why can't you see? Do you know that where MC Oluomo they do Baba Shukudi, Iyashukudi? That time, did you see it? Why are you people dumb? You think it's about goddamn Charlie Boy and goddamn Olamide? Those two people are pawns in their games. But you people are failing to see that. You think it's, what the fuck is a bus stop? They're trying to just instigate the Igbos against the Yorubas and the Yorubas against the Igbos. It's as simple as ABCD. For political game, it is politics. But until you open your eyes to see, you cannot see. Meanwhile, people for Twitter feel say that they're smart pass. But it could not, you people could not decipher this small thing. What is a bus stop? If a conductor see carry person, go tell you Charlie boy, oh, drop. Tell them say that Olamide, whether they'll drop you there. And the same Olamide now, you don't even know. You don't care. I swear to God, I am sure that Olamide does not care about that bus stop. I am sure they did not tell Olamide about that bus stop. Una better wise, election they come. If I let all these small things they trigger una, more they come. They already achieved first one. Una go use in a sense. That's all I can tell you people. Else you're gonna learn, and you'll learn the hard way. Don't play. Don't play. Use your brain.
There are those who are slaves in their minds. They can only serve their master. You are the first patriots. You have decided to defend the homeland. There is nothing better than that. Those who want to support you, let them support you. Those who want to discourage you through writings, you must close your ears. There are countries where people are forcibly taken, killed. You leave or you die. Others, even while trying to flee, end up dying. They don't talk about human rights because these people see us as subhumans. They see us as slaves. That's how it is in their minds. They have never changed their mindset, but it's up to us to show them that we are not slaves and we will never accept this state of affairs.